Good morning and welcome to the Saturday edition of our regular live comments. And as we had discussed last time, and I had put a post that because of the repeated requests of a number of friends and because of the poll created, majority wanted Saturday. So on this day, we'll talk either of knowledge or of the new developments or bettering thyself. So one of the topics of Friday or Thursday would be elaborated. So let's, on this first day, talk about our world. We know that we are living in a very fast changing world. The changing technologies are creating an atmosphere, a milieu, an environment which is changing so fast that we can hardly recognize the word. But is this the end of the change? No. There are a number of technologies which are excellent and great and are capable of solving the problems of the globe. So today we'll talk of the top emerging technologies. As a matter of fact, there are a number of them. 10 of them are extremely important. And unfortunately, though the scientists know about it, the most of the people are not aware. Even the fraternity, which is to use those technologies, is very often than not is ignorant. So let's take some of the emerging top technologies. The first one is liquid biopsies. You know, somebody suffering from cancer. The first thing they do is a conductive biopsy. But many times the traditional tissue-based biopsy are not possible. They have already been eaten with the cancer, or the tissue is so hidden that it cannot be taken out. So these are alternative biopsies. They are liquid biopsies, and they provide better sample, full spectrum of information, which reflects the information available. By homing on our DNA genetic material, which finds its way to the cancerous cell in our bloodstream, disease progression can easily be spotted much faster, much quicker, and in a much more reliable manner. So this technology, liquid biopsies, is a breakthrough in cancer detection and in monitoring cancer watch. Till now, the biopsy could only detect the cancer and the possibility of cancer. Here we can also see the progress, whether there's a remission or not. The second one is to address the shortage of water. We know we are short of clean water. And people have been saying, some of them, that the third world war shall not be because of the oil, but shall be because of the water. So a technology has been developed to harvest clean water from air. This is not a new technology, but the old technologies used to create water from air used a lot of electricity, and it could only be done in the areas which had high moisture content. Now the areas which have a high moisture content, you need it in arid zones, you need it in desert zones. So now they have developed a process using porous crystals that convert air into water using no energy at all, zero energy. And this is ideal for Saharan countries, for African countries, for countries like Pakistan, India, and other countries. And this zero moss water from Arizona, for example, is able to produce 2.5 liters a day with a tiny cell. So this technology would enable people not to go hungry. While the first with find out and monitoring the progress of the concepts. The third big technology is the deep learning for the virtual task. You know, artificial intelligence, computer vision technologies, they are the in thing. And the computer vision technologies are being used in areas which are as diverse as driving autonomous vehicles, medical diagnostics, assessment of the insurance claims, and even monitoring of the water level and the crop yield. Now imagine the computer vision and the artificial intelligence would create an atmosphere where everything is possible, known. And one thing more, we are always saying that fuel causes us a lot of pollution. Maybe mistaken, but it's there. So what they have done is, the scientists, they have mimicked a human leaf, humble leaf, a leaf of a plant, to create artificial photosynthesis to generate and store energy. Now imagine you create a leaf, and this is what is happening is the sunlight activated catalyst split waters into hydrogen and oxygen, and that hydrogen converts carbon dioxide into hydrocarbons, and hydrocarbons are oil and gas. So electricity is generated from those hydrocarbons. You have liquid fuel which you are creating from sunshine, and it's revolutionary for the whole industry, the whole energy system. It's changing the old fossil fuels and generating fuels from sunshine. So you don't need a solar cell for that, basically. The solar cells are expensive. They need to be recharged. And then they are creating a human cell atlas. You know, the human body needs to be deciphered. Despite millions of years and all the efforts of scientists, the real shape of human body, the real intricacies of human body are beyond the scope of the scientists. So now they are making an atlas called the Human Cell Atlas. Zuckerberg, the man behind Facebook, took the initiative, and they want to identify every cell in every tissue. It is exactly like identifying genes, proteins, and other molecules. So the moment you fall sick, the doctor would be able to identify where exactly the sickness is, what is the cause, and these cells interact with each other. So when the human body is malfunctioning, whether genetically or otherwise, it will be a great tool for improving and personalizing healthcare. Now, at present, healthcare is basically generic. You have malaria, they say take X medicine. You have typhoid, take Y medicine. You have bad cold, take Z medicine, and so on. Here, the medicine shall be pinpointing the cell, because each human cell is different. So there is not to be one cell. It's just like, custom tailored suit rather than buying a ready-made suit. And then, precision forming. You are aware that the fourth industrial revolution is going to be quite a sea change. But what about agriculture? We know hunger is increasing. We know food supply is decreasing. Is something being done? Yes. So they have provided a new set of tools to the farmers, and these precision farming would reduce water and chemical usage, because you are precise where you need the water. You need 10 drops of water and not a liter of water. So sensors, robots, GPS mapping tools, data analysis software will be customized to the plant need in a specific location. Potato being grown in Yukon does not need the same sort of a care as a potato being grown in New Delhi, or Delhi, I mean the Gujarat, say, or in Punjab. The climatic differences, the soil differences, the water differences, the temperature differences are different. So this precision farming would enable the growth of the fruit at a much larger scale and provide better yield to the farmers. For example, in Sydney, they have demonstrated a streamlined, low-cost monitoring system in Indonesia. And that has increased the production there by 32%. And no chemicals. Now imagine, till now, the production used to be increased with the use of chemicals. But here, chemicals are not being used. Then, sustainable design of the communities. What is happening in the housing? Multiple buildings you build up, like pigeonholes. But you need to revolutionize the use of energy and the water. So the design of the community is being made in a way, the housing, that you reduce the electricity consumption by 50%, carbon emission to zero. And this is being done by the University of California in Berkeley. Same projects design water system. So the wastewater from the toilets and the drains is treated and reused on the site. Rainwater diverted to the toilets and could be cut demand of potable water by 70%. So the system is that as the rain falls, the water is harvested, sent to the toilets, reused, then recycled. You don't have to lay down, pipes, digging. All that is a thing of the past. So this is going to be, and one jump which I didn't talk about is quantum computing. The quantum computing has endless potential that can only ever been matched by difficulty and cost of construction. There are 50 startups on the quantum computing, and the word today, the business word, is talking of saying computing, quantum computing ready. That will enable to manage the small computer, have a small computer with the capacity of a supercomputer. And there will be public access to that. This can solve all the issues which have been till now unimaginable. Now, we talked of the technologies, we talked of about 7-8 technologies today, but are they really going to be useful? Are they really going to be exploited for the good of the people? Our experience has been that we had excellent technologies. We had developed excellent technologies. And what happened was that the present businesses who have established, they didn't want the technologies to come because their products would not be sold. So they bought the technology rights and crushed them. Crushed those technologies. Wipe them out so that they cannot be exploited. Luckily, the technologies being developed now are such that they do not pose a danger to the existing entrepreneurs. Now that is it. You are creating something new without endangering the old. So the commercial interests are not in jeopardy. And since the commercial interests of the present entrepreneurs and the present businesses are not in jeopardy, they will not oppose or try to crush these technologies because they know that these technologies, if come, would aid them as well. Now, for example, when we talk of the getting liquid fuel from sunshine, the oil industry has its own area. So these technologies are supplemental and they are not competitive. They are competitive in price, but there is sufficient scope for all of them to live together. And these technologies slowly and steadily would change the way of life, change not only our thinking, but our ends. And they will provide the human beings with time to be more creative, time to think of the better things than to be concerned with humdrum life. Think about these technologies and you would find that the very thought would make you feel excited at the dawn of the new world. What Miranda in The Tempest of Shakespeare says, "Oh, brave new world." And here's a brave new world with these emerging technologies. Thank you.